You know that feeling when you're chasing after something small, something you think you really want, only to step back and realize it's costing you something, well, something much, much bigger? That's the exact idea at the heart of this incredibly powerful piece of Nepali prose by Lakshman Diyal. And the title alone, wow, it just stops you in your tracks. Kate, Banch Bicycle Faida, Bajas Bicycle Gulam. And when you translate it into English, it's just as stark, just as haunting. Alas, a 5 paisa profit, a 50 paisa slavery. It lands with this heavy weight, doesn't it? It sounds less like a title and more like a riddle, a warning about some kind of hidden danger. So, what's the deal here? What could this possibly mean? How on earth can a tiny 5 paisa profit lead to such an expensive 50 paisa slavery? Well, that's the central question, the big puzzle we're going to unpack together right now. Okay, so to crack this riddle, our very first clue lies in the portrait of a very specific kind of person, someone who is completely hidden behind this mask of greed. The text paints this absolutely vivid picture. Listen to this. They are greedy as if they were kings of the poor. They flatter and serve as if they aren't truly alive themselves. Just pause and think about that for a second. This image of someone acting like royalty toward people who have nothing, while being so hollowed out, so empty inside, that they barely seem alive at all. So you see, this goes so much deeper than just wanting more money or more stuff. This is about a desperate, frantic chase for status. It's about worshiping these temporary, artificial forms of power, and in the process, you lose your own energy, your own vitality, you lose your own sense of self. But what really drives this kind of hollow greed? I mean, what's behind it? Our next clue reveals that it's not ambition, not really. It's something much, much darker. It's a deep, crippling fear. And the poem uses this image that is, frankly, chilling to describe them. Get this. They are afraid, as if the very string of their breath is in the hands of their earthly masters. What an incredibly powerful metaphor. It's about completely surrendering your own life force to someone else. And this is crucial. We're not talking about just general anxiety or everyday worries. This is a very specific, paralyzing fear, the fear of displeasing these so-called earthly masters. Can you imagine feeling like you can't even take a breath without someone else's permission? It's a prison, but it's one you build for yourself. So what happens when you're trapped inside that prison of fear? Well, your whole perception of reality, of time itself, it gets completely distorted. The poem shows us how this person is never really present. They're just stuck, caught between a fantasy future and a past full of regret. Now just listen to this incredible contradiction at work. They worry about the future as if their life is 1,000 years long. They complain about the past as if there is nothing left for them now. It's just wild, right? I mean, that just paints the perfect picture of a mind completely tied up in knots. They are obsessively planning for a future that's impossibly long, while at the exact same time, they're convinced their life is basically over. They're stuck playing these double roles, thinking they're fooling everyone. But really, the only person they're fooling is themselves. Okay, so let's put all the pieces together. We've got the greed, we've got the fear, and we've got this complete illusion. With all of that on the table, I think we're ready to finally solve the riddle from the beginning. So, we have our character defined by this chase, driven by fear, but what's the actual cost? Let's put it on the scales right now. What is that 5 paisa profit, and what is the 50 paisa slavery they have to endure to get it? And here it is. This is the whole trade-off. The 5 paisa profit, it's all the small, cheap, trivial stuff. A little bit of money, a quick compliment from someone, this fleeting illusion of security. But the 50 paisa slavery, a price 10 times higher, mind you, that's the real cost. Your dignity, your peace of mind, and at the end of the day, your authentic self. And that, right there, is the powerful, profound warning beating at the very heart of this work. It's a reminder that the smallest, tiniest compromises we make for these superficial gains, well, they can chain us to a much larger servitude, costing us the one thing that is truly priceless, ourselves. And that really leaves us with a final question, something to carry with us. As we navigate our own lives, our own choices, it's really worth asking ourselves, what small profits are we chasing that might be costing us far, far more than we realize?